Hey guys, Narkai here, and it's essentially just an update video, okay? I came straight home from work to record this update video because, well, the political one I made did pretty well. The rant commentary video where I talked about basically how things actually are on the ground level. And I also plan to... I'm not going to explain to you what I just saw one of the cats do, but it just crawled into a cubby hole and then fell out of the cubby hole into a bigger hole and is now behind a bunch of stuff that I need to move. But she'll find her way out. She's fine. She just does this all the time, along with him. But yeah, before I get even more distracted, I need to get this out, okay? So if you see me looking over here, new camera. See me looking here, old camera. This one better quality than that one, or at least it's supposed to be, but that's besides the point. Essentially, I'm making this update video to say that I'm gonna be making more videos, kind of like the one that hit 100 views. I have a bigger one on the way, which might coincide with a bunch of smaller videos to then prepare you for that bigger video that has to do with government spending and the fact that literally every Republican is missing the point. They'll tell you they know this stuff already, but then swear up the aisle that it's the Democrats' fault. Dude, it's not one side's fault. If you have Democrats and Republicans in office able to talk things out with each other, it is both people's fault for not keeping the other one in check. Can you two stop being stupid? Back to what I was trying to say is that because this only filmed for so long before it just stops filming for some reason. Talking about this camera. But, yeah, so, and I also have a few gaming videos planned, because again, this is a gaming channel, or at least what it was supposed to be, and I do want to do different types of videos. I am going to finish the Mario and Luigi Brothership videos, because I already started it, I might as well finish, but I kind of want to do more, like, what I'm passionate truly about. Like, I want to do a video about Metroid Zero Mission. I want to do a video about Metroid Prime and the way you can get through that game in different ways. Same with, again, I feel like I really want to do Metroid Zero Mission video. I feel like no one ever talks about that game, and it is not discussed nearly enough for how fun of a speed game that is. And the things that they just let you do in that game, along with Metroid Dread and its kind of speed gaming shit, because I don't know, all these games other than Metroid Zero Mission have like a massive speedrun community. I mean, just look at Super Metroid and the first Mario game. I want to do videos on that, but also want to continue doing videos on like information stuff. Like, I feel like there's a lot of information that both sides of the aisle are not letting out there. I don't mean that in a conspiratorial way. I mean that in like if they're not being entirely truthful, and both sides seem to be missing the point that both of their sides are the bad guys. You too, liberals. Check your AOC for ya. She seems to love boasting a lot, but she's making plenty of money, nor is she passing any policy or trying. Why do we pay her? Why do we pay any of these people? And yet you guys are taking it out on the government employees. The people where if you went through any bit of middle school, you learned by the powers of government and that the employees are not elected officials, they're hired. So to demonize the employees for shit that they're just doing their job for just like you, because they are also just a high-end working class, is ridiculous. You really think they're getting paid the same amount as your politicians? You're stupid. Good, congratulations. You saved us $6 million. You bought us a day of borrowed time. And the fact you're like, well, it's something. At least they're doing something. Yeah, they are doing something. Wasting their fucking time instead of dealing with the real issues. You guys are ridiculous. But that's not the point of this video, okay? I already have a video planned for that kind of rant because I want to get that out of the way. With people saying, oh, I don't trust any kind of politician. But those Democrat guys, oh my god, you should definitely be a Republican. Guys, you are missing the point when you say that. But again, that's not the point of this video. It's an update video. I'm gaining subscribers. I said this in the political video. I'm at 123 and climbing, and the streaming channel hit 100 subscribers. And I want to stream more and then edit those videos down, or live streams down into single videos. at some point. I want to play short-term games that are like a one video burst, so I don't get burnt out in other games that are maybe end up being more long Let's Plays, where there are multiple episodes. Like, I have a lot that I want to do, hell. I have I wrote down a whole thing, even just for the political video I want to do about government spending and how much of a rabbit hole that is that no one seems to get the fucking point of on the right or the left. Because you guys will swear up and down that it's the other one's fault, but you both have control over government spending and are not doing anything about it. And I have that video, that's gonna be a while before it's finished. Don't expect it to be done immediately. I might make a short video on, like, my thoughts on it, but, like, I have 3 mini pages of this stuff. Like, I have the government spending chapter 1, the outline chapter 2, which is just the actual issue we should be paying attention to that no one seems to be understanding. Republicans using outrage as a cover for their corrupt business dealings and the fact that they also are complicit in the spending crisis. The media essentially just being proponents for each side's party, whether it's Democrat or Republican. Like, our government should not be owning media sources, nor should they be spearheaded by biased proponents that openly are for one side or the other. These should all be independent companies and not, like, corporate entities that own multiple news sources. They should all be independent. It should be illegal. But again, that's also another video on its own that I want to do. I gotta do research for evidence. I gotta make a video on the real way we could fix this, which has to do more about scrutinizing your politicians and your House speakers. The only people you should really be trusting is your congressional people, because the only ones seem to be speaking facts and making sense on both sides of the aisle. If you talk to any congressional person, if you talk to anyone in Congress on Democrat or Republican side, they'll tell you the Senate is fucking insane. You shouldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. But again, that's another issue for another time. I want to talk to people who are actually in the field, so you guys can't just say, oh, I'm biased to one or the other. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And that's why I want to talk to people who are actually, whose jobs it is to do this stuff. So, like, I have a whole thing planned. Research, how to make it more consumable and dumb it down. Videos that might need to be an explanation of their own, like the true reason of the 2008 housing crisis and stuff like that, which I say true reasons, but it's not like anyone's lying about it. It was a housing crisis due to the fact that banks were lending too much money to borrowers that weren't able to pay it back, which is essentially what our government is doing with Social Security, which is pretty much what the video's about. And everyone seems to think that, oh, well, yeah, but they keep saying that they're not talking about getting rid of Social Security. We can't get rid of Social Security. You won't be able to retire. We have to have Social Security. That's not the point. Again, both sides are missing the point. But I also have other videos I want to do that, again, this camera can hopefully see it and not blur it. This whenever I do that, I have to, like, focus for a second, and it's kind of hard to see. I know, it looks like the scribblings of a madman. But I want to play the whole Digger game. That seems hilariously fun, and like a short video that I can do that could be edited together within a week's time, not even. There was another game I saw that looked really funny. It was just a picture of a bush with legs called Beating Around the Bush. I want to play that. I do want to play a full, funny, multiple part series of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, because I think you guys watching me scream and fall apart, the scenes would be hilarious. I'm going to do a video about Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid Dread, and its speedrunning, and how I enjoy playing the game fast, aside from the actual speedrunning community that knows the way to play it. And this update video, maybe horror games later down the line, that could be their own short video. It's just stuff that entertains you guys. I want to do it. I want this to take off. I want to capitalize on the whatever little attention I can get in a selfish and non-selfish way. I feel like too many places, even on YouTube, like, I love Philip DeFranco, but he was definitely beating around the bush when talking about government spending on USA, where he was like, well, yeah, of course they are, you know, like, we need USA because it mutually benefits us and others, but there are definitely things that need to be talked about. Then talk about them. Don't allude to them. Show the facts. Talk about it. Make it a short form video on its own, or a bigger video. Like, stop beating around the bush just because you need to be consumable, or because you're really hard playing one side and don't want to tell your Democrat audience that they're also idiots. Like, they're all missing the points. they're all missing the point. That's why I want to make the video on this. That's why I'm making this update video. Because I feel like not enough people are talking about the actual point. I mean, when your own Republican congressman that deals with the numbers, you're economists. The only people you should be trusting in government are your economists and your scientists. The rest of them are just figureheads to play whatever conspiracy game they want to play so that their lobbyists will pay them more. Like, that's the point. If you say that you don't believe in one side or the other, you can't say, well, this side is worse than this side, because if you don't trust either of them, then both of them are bad. You can't say one side is worse than the other, or that they're both just bad. One side is definitely worse than the other a lot of times, but they're both the same people. They both benefit the same way. And to pretend like they don't is again missing the point. You're already lost if you think the Republicans are better than the Democrats, or the Democrats are better than the Republicans, or the liberals are the real unsung heroes. They're employees. They're elected employees, but they're employees that give us a resume so that we hire them. But that, again, was not the point of this video. I love going off on tangents. I have a lot of plans. A lot of plans. A lot of plans. Because too many people are missing the point. And none of the people talk about fun things that are cool. What's wrong with you people? This is supposed to be a 8-minute update video, and I'm going off on tangents. Because you guys are so goddamn stupid. No, your Republican candidates are not the good guys. Well, they've been talking about how this is a problem for years. Okay, then why haven't they fucking done anything about it when they had the majority? Every single time a Republican candidate's been elected, they have tried. Not at all. You keep saying, well, that's because they didn't have a chance. Well, they could have tried. If Trump's able to sign off executive orders to fire 40,000 employees without going through Congress first, then the Republicans had the fucking goal to do this the entire fucking time to fix the spending. That's the point. They had the time, the energy, and the executive orders to fix the problem, and they weren't. And now Trump is doing all the small shit instead of dealing with the real big problem, and you guys are cheering him on like he's a hero, when he's just as bad and extremely destructive. And everyone seems to be okay with that. It is driving me mad. You guys are mad. You guys are insane on both the left and the right. You seem to just want to scream at each other and not come to a consensus. And that's, again, another video for another... Actually, let me write that down. That's another video for another time. That's the next video, actually. After this update video that I should record. Using bold perspective. Eventually, this will be the only camera I use, because it's a better camera. But I gotta figure out a way to make this work without it failing me every single time. Because it can only... I've had it record for, like, whatever amount of time, and then it just dies. That's why the last video, where I was playing Mario and Luigi, where I'm looking at this camera, but that will be posted this coming weekend, where I'm looking at this perspective, but you don't see that perspective, is because it died. I was recording it, bad camera. But yeah, I'm gonna write that down. It's another video for another time. Okay? I'm just gonna call it Missing the Point Tangent Video. See, you guys get to see it happen live. I wrote it down. Okay? That's the update video. Please like and subscribe to fuel more of my weird tangents and this level of... I've never been so absorbed in making a video in my entire life, okay? I've been thinking about this video that I want to do and several other videos that are kind of like the We Failed video that I've been wanting to do forever, where I just yell about tangents, but also do actual research on certain things. Hell, my own mother's an accountant and a doctor. Well, doctor's assistant. She's trying to become a radiologist. And she's like in her 60s, so she's able to do that. Then these 80-year-old Republicans should be able to know how to fix the spending, and the Democrats should know how to shut the fuck up and let everyone in the government do their job instead of virtue signaling every 2 seconds. They're both awful. And the liberals need to learn how to fucking stand up for themselves and to stop being so inflammatory all the time. Your biggest proponent that you guys have been populating just because he has big numbers is a fucking terrorist sympathizer. And you're just okay with that because he gets you attention. Like, you're all fucking insane. And that's my update video. See you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. I'll be back with more tangents. Again, that fucking You're Missing the Point tangent needs to happen. It's a video I need to get out of my head. But yeah, thank you. Bye, guys.